welcome to the next episode of Cocktails with Keisha. My name is Tanya. I'm the owner of Cherry on Top LLC, and today I'll be making the tropical mocktail for our special guest, the talented and vivacious Bri Shavell. So for this mocktail, you're only going to need 2 ingredients. You'll wind up pouring in 2/3 of any type of fruit juice blend. This one is pineapple, orange, and banana. And then just top it off with your favorite non-alcoholic ginger beer. And voila! Now let's start the conversation.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Cocktails with Keisha. It's your girl, Keisha. We're going to start that over.
It's your girl, Keisha.
I actually like that, though. What's up, Bri?
Hey, Keisha girl.
No. Like a mother, a singer,
Yeah.
an amazing friend.
I try to be.
You are.
Yeah.
Not try to be. You are. You have definitely encouraged me, I know, even through your own struggles. And not just me. Journey through abstinence.
Yeah.
Shout out to the book club.
Yeah, the book club.
Shout out to the book club. Yes, but no, through everything. Seriously, you really have been my rock lately, and I really do appreciate you, and I really do thank you for coming, because I know today has been a rough week for you, but you still made it and you showed up for me, and I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I love you so much.
I love you too.
Yes. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself, girl. Give them the.
Yes, I am the Bri Shavell. That's where you can find me on Instagram. I am, like she said, a singer-songwriter, mom of 2. What else do? I don't know. I work. That's pretty much me. That's pretty much me. I like to have fun with Keisha and all my other girlfriends. And
I'm definitely a good time. Because we're what? A vibe.
Yes.
A vibe.
A whole vibe.
Stream Let's Vibe.
Yes.
Stream Let's Vibe by Bri Shavell, available on all platforms.
Yes.
So let's get into it a little bit. Yes. So I know you, but the people don't know you.
Yeah.
And we are from
the country.
The fucking country. Where you from? Do you know where King's Dominion is?
Do you know where Tappahannock is? You know where Crystal Graham is from? I hate having to explain that all the time.
Because nobody
knows where Warsaw is. But I'm from Warsaw, Virginia. Very, very, very small town. We have one food line. A McDonald's.
Typical Dollar General, Family Dollar.
Typical
country
But you know what?
shit.
I wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yes.
I'm really glad that I got that experience, because I feel like it humbled me in so many ways.
Oh, yes, for sure.
The foundation that was set for the woman that I am today, I feel like came from that. Girl, I wouldn't have survived in the city.
No, let me tell you. First of all, the fucking driving. That's number one.
Couldn't do it.
The one-way streets, we not used to that shit in
No.
the country. The parallel parking, I didn't even have to do that shit on my high school driving test. I learned to parallel park in my VCU days.
Yeah.
And I had no choice.
Yeah.
But speaking of country life and growing up country, what was life like for little Bri?
So I was actually, in the beginning of my life, I was actually raised by my grandparents. My mom actually, I was conceived on the campus of Norfolk State University in the towers. So I got a little Spartan blood in me. But my grandparents actually paid out of pocket for my mom's education. So when she got pregnant with me her sophomore year, my granddad was like, "You are going to finish school."
Exactly.
So you need to bring that baby here. And then you need to go back to school. You can come on back on the weekends and see the baby. And then you're going to go right on back and finish school. So that's pretty much what it was like. Pretty much raised by them. Good old country girl. Was outside with my granddaddy watching him skin deer. Everything we ate was fresh.
Yep.
My grandmother had a huge garden. We never ate any of that processed stuff.
Yes.
Super country. Super country. But, and that was pretty much it. I went to Richmond County Public Schools up until my 10th grade year. And then my mom moved us to King George County. So that's essentially where I graduated from.
Don't do that. King George is not that. It's not that bad. It's very.
I just would have preferred to graduate with the people that I grew up with. Because, Richmond County is super small. And those are the only people that I knew.
Yeah.
And so, having to move in my high school year, it was definitely a culture shock. And I had these really bomb Reebok classics.
Do you remember
at the time
when Reebok dropped those princess,
Yeah.
multicolored.
Yeah.
I had those bright
I
ass
did too.
Easter pink.
Yeah, mine were green, but I had
Yes.
green, and when I got the King George, girl, they was not having it.
But you know,
I got teased so bad.
that's probably because they're a little.
They were more so because King George is so close to Maryland.
Yeah.
That was their style. So like they were already on the New Balance wave.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was mainly what they wore. So it was definitely in a sense a culture shock for me too. But
and you know, like, and everybody knows we didn't like each other in high school. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
So, but I never knew. I don't think I ever knew that you went to King George.
Yeah.
And we don't need to get into why we didn't like each other because that's the
right.
We grown now.
But everybody
we grown now.
Everybody from the northern neck now.
Yeah.
If you from Richmond, it don't even matter. If you
yeah, it don't matter. The past is the past.
Yes.
We're gonna leave it there. So, growing up country, I know your mom sings.
Mm-hmm.
I know you grew up in the church.
Mm-hmm.
But when did you discover your voice?
Probably when I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
My mom tells me, of course, I've been singing since I came out, her vagina.
Mm.
But probably when I was 5 and I started singing in the church, and just the reaction that I got from everybody. And once people learned I could sing, then it was, come on, let the little baby sing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like when I think when I really discovered my voice, like in reference to like singing. And even in that though, I didn't really understand what I had.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in that, and even growing up, it was never something that I tried to pursue
Mm-hmm.
until maybe college. But I mean, all through high school, all through college, people didn't even know I could sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talk about that a
All
little
the
bit
time.
now.
Yeah.
It's still now.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like, why are you not confident in your singing?
Yeah.
Like, you, like, literally, and that's the thing, I'm a prideful person, bitch.
Yeah.
When I hold a grudge. So even still, it was like, before I knew you as a person, when I heard you sing, I was just like, this girl truly has a gift. And, music is a form of healing. We talk about that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And just knowing you as a person and how you are, and like how I always say,
Yeah.
like, you literally kept me out of the pits of hell. The past 6 months or so, what I've been through personally, and you have been the person to really like encourage me to keep going when I wanted to give up, and literally just let life win. And you was like, not today, not today. And that's what I'm saying. So for you, it's just like, it's not even just the fact that you're an amazing singer. Like you were born to do this, because I feel like you were definitely born to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that, and you give that, even when you don't give it to yourself.
Girl. And you know
You give it
what?
to
And I
somebody
think that's sometimes like the scary part, because it's
Mm-hmm.
like God told me a minute ago, like when I was younger, my life was actually prophesied over, that I would be the one to bring my family out. I never knew exactly what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
But a pastor prophesied that over my life, and I never really knew what that meant. But it's a heavy thing to have on you,
Mm-hmm.
like that, like to hear you say, like, you definitely have like a healing spirit. Like, do you know how difficult and hard it is to have a healing spirit?
Yeah.
Because you just feel so alone sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can be around so many people,
Yeah.
but it's like sometimes you just feel like you're constantly giving to so many other people, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just like you feel like nobody is like
Right.
like giving to you, like in the capacity with which
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying, you need it, in
Girl,
certain
don't I
seasons
know.
of your life. So it's like
Mhm.
I think it can be, it's like a love-hate relationship sometimes with that, because it's like I know that it's on me,
Mm-hmm.
and I think sometimes when people meet me, they think it's a facade,
Yeah.
and it's not.
No, it's
I don't even know how to
I
not
don't
be
hang
this way.
with I don't hang with fake bitches.
Yeah.
You know that. We talk about that.
Yeah.
You saved some fake bitches from getting their
Right.
ass whipped. So that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
I don't even know how to not be that person.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I think it's for the good, but sometimes I think that it gets in the way of my own discernment for certain people. And so it's like I feel like I want to help everybody, and I want to save everybody,
Nope.
and I can't do
We
that.
talk about that.
Yeah, like you can't do that. So it's like a love-hate relationship with it sometimes.
Starts
but
with the self though.
yeah, it does.
You have to take care of Bri first and
Yeah.
foremost, especially with you being a mom and you trying to juggle all these things, and now you're starting a whole new brand and business. And shout out to you for that
Yeah,
too.
Moms Who Ball.
Yes,
Okay.
Moms Who
So if
Ball.
y'all interested in playing sports, and
First of all,
not just sports, but
I love you. I'm gonna support her, y'all.
She ain't playing though.
Thank you. Horse, I'm down for it.
It's not just basketball though, y'all. Like, eventually it's gonna be softball. We're gonna transition out. Yeah, we gonna transition out.
That still involves physical fitness.
Because we're trying to keep our moms mentally stable, healthy, and we need some girl time. Like literally.
Yeah, I'd rather we can stretch a little bit, do stuff, do old people activities.
We are. So it's not even just gonna be sports. Yeah. Like they're gonna be like outings for moms, for women. I actually got some stuff coming up for the dads too. So
that's pretty.
So like it's gonna be kind of dope though.
Because it really takes a village to raise a kid. Just like you said, going back to you having to start. I was. My grandparents were my mom's parents, and my dad's parents both definitely.
They don't make them like that.
They don't make them like that no more. And just losing my grandma and stuff like that, we realized how much of a heavy influence those bonds, man. That shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes.
It is tough. So, who are your musical influences?
Well, you already know. You know my favorite singer. Who? Jasmine Sullivan.
Yes.
Like, I've been following her since she was a child. And like people always tell me I have like this raspy voice. I don't ever hear it, but everybody else is like, ooh, your tone, the raspiness of your voice. And what I hear when I listen to Jasmine Sullivan is what people say about me. So I think that's why I clean to her so much. I've already seen her 3 times.
Yes. No, seriously. And I think when I first heard, it was You Stress, that TikTok, and I was like, oh no, she can really sing. She don't have a voice just for church. Like, this girl is supposed to be singing whatever God puts on her heart to sing. And Jasmine, you are Bri. You have your own voice and your own tone, but I can definitely see, and she is great. It's only one Jasmine Sullivan. And so for people to compliment you in that way, and you still don't feel as validated as you should.
I know.
As a singer.
I think I've always, like growing up, I've always had issues with comparison too. And it's so many great singers out here, you know. So sometimes it's like, you log on social media, which sometimes I hate social media. It's like it can be so great, but then it can just be so terrible.
Yes.
But sometimes you log on and you see other people singing, and like for me, having 2 kids, being a single mom, like I don't have the capacity or the space all the time to be at everything, to sing at everything, to accept every engagement, because my kids are number one. Like they're like top priority for me. They're at a very impressionable age, and so like my goal is to be there. Singing, music is gonna always be there, but my kids ain't gonna always be this young. So like for me, and so sometimes I feel like it. I'm not gonna say takes away opportunities, but like I'm kind of limited, right now in my life. And so for me, sometimes I feel like I can't like put myself out there in the way that I want to, but I also know that I can be very lazy sometimes in certain areas of my singing. And there are things that I can do that I don't. So I think it's just like I think once I become more disciplined, more self-aware. Yeah, self-aware where I am. And in reference to that is when I'll become more confident, because it really ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but me.
Because I tell you that all the time. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody fucking with you. I be trying to tell you that. And I'm just like, it's not even just the voice, though. You have the complete package of what in my opinion, and people might be like, bitch, your opinion don't mean shit. But to me, my opinion. So, and for you, I feel like you are the total package. Like, you're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are you. I feel like you do know, even though you may not be as confident as you would like to be in your singing, you know who you are as an artist. And I know what I will do, what I won't do. Exactly. So what has this journey been like for you? I mean, I know, but people don't know.
I think it's been a lot of ups and downs. I mean, just because this, like I've always sang, but being an artist is something totally new for me. And I'm just looking at stuff, looking at other people, and I'm like, how they doing all of that in one day? Or it just, for me, it can be very overwhelming. I mean, I don't like planning shows. Yes. I don't like, I really just wish I could just show up and sing sometimes, and that's it. Yes. And of course, that's not how it works in this industry.
Speaking of shows, that's the thing though, and that's what I want you to take a look at. First of all, every show that you have put together, one has sold out.
Yeah.
That's number one. First thing first, has sold out every single time.
And every show though.
Afterwards
though, I feel so relieved.
Yes, after. And that's what I'm saying. It's not even just that. It's like for you to be, you haven't been an artist that long. Mm-hmm. And when people hear you sing, they think like, oh, this girl been singing all her life, but they don't, like you said, you're a fresh artist. And I remember, I forgot, someone wrote an article about you and they said you have been an artist for 2.5 years. And I'm like, no, she hasn't. No, she hasn't.
I don't even know where they got that from.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, she really hasn't been singing. I mean, she's been singing all her life, but as
an artist,
no. So this is like brand new, but for you to get up there, and I've heard you sing a million times, and I always tell you, like, I'm always blown away at your shows. Like, I always come away with such a high. And I'm like, this girl she doing what she's supposed to be doing. And I just feel like when you really in it and you know the band is on and they playing, like you get lost in it. And that's why I'm just like, and that's when I see you become this woman that I know you are every single day fighting to become, because you haven't had that push from people that you might not, to do. But I'm gonna always push your ass, and I know you don't always like what I tell you, but I'm gonna tell you the truth because I truly want to see you win, and I think you have the talent and the mental capacity to win.
And I'm realizing too, like, the more that I do it, the easier it's becoming. Like, because like this, I think this is the first year that I've gotten consistent gigs. And so, like, I'm preparing for gigs and different things. And, I mean, you and I, we sat down and talked about another show. And so I think that, consistency is definitely the key, but it definitely makes me more comfortable in doing it because, I mean, I try to write music that I like. You know what I'm saying? And I try not to, I want, my goal is for other people to like it. But if I don't like it, then I'm like, ain't no need for me to put this out, like. And so, I tried to do that in that aspect, but I don't know, like the journey itself has definitely been interesting. I've learned a lot, and it's a tough industry. Like, people don't really talk about what we as local artists go through behind the scenes, financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Like, people don't really talk about what we go through behind the scenes. Like, when I tell you my anxiety is like, when it's time for me to plan a show, prepare for a gig, like, it is real. Yeah. And people don't see that. And it's not even necessarily that I'm nervous. It's just that you got to pay these people. You got to make sure you remember all your words. You got to make sure you got all the tracks straight. If you got a band, everybody got to be on point. Like, and so it's expensive. But like you said, like, after you do a show or a gig and you do a really great job, you do come off of a high. Now, I'd be like, Keisha, I'm going to sleep. Like,
that's just like, girl, I'm tired.
Don't say nothing else to me. Like, I'm good. But, I ain't one of the ones that go out and party. No, take me home.
Take me home. Yeah. That's me too, though. Like, no, because seriously, music, it is expensive because it's an investment. Like, your career is an investment. And us, like, when people are coming to see you and they're paying to come see you, we're going to make sure the next show sells out too. So it's going to take all of what you just said. But in the end, I just want you to pat yourself on the back more and give yourself your flowers because you deserve it. So, 5:15.
Okay. Oh, gosh.
Let me take a sip. You about to get a little real. Look, let's both take a sip. 5:15. I keep saying it. I know your journey personally. Yeah. If you listen to the EP, first of all, y'all, if you have not listened to 5:15, please stream it right now.
And buy it too, because buy it too, because it is. You can buy it. Okay, you can buy 5:15.
Yes,
purchase it because I'm trying to feed these kids.
No, for real. No, for real. But seriously, 5:15 from top to bottom, 20 minutes EP, but you get so much. I feel like 5:15 took me on a journey through your life. Yeah. And if they didn't know you, once they watch this interview and they go listen to it, they're going to be like, okay, we really understand, because you really tell a story through the whole, heartbreak. And then it's just like everything that's piling on with the heartbreak. And then it's like the internal struggles. And then it's like in the end of it, though, I'm still blessed. I'm still blessed, and he gonna keep blessing me because I know who I am as a woman.
Okay, I like the way you broke that down.
Okay. Ow. No, but no, seriously.
Put that in the description.
That's really what I got when I tell you, like, it's in my constantly.
Yeah.
So tell them what inspired 515.
Okay, so I don't know if everybody knows, but I was married. Like, I was married. I got married when I was 26 or 27. And we ended up going through a really traumatic divorce due to infidelity on his part. And music is really what got me through that. I just started writing about what I was experiencing going through that, which was a lot of heartbreak, a lot of bad decisions, made via my pain. Every song really does speak to a situation that I was in, including ghosted me. Like, I was ghosted so many times because I called myself trying to date right after. But like, every song definitely does speak to like a certain seasonal position I was in going through that breakup. So that was really like the gist of it. I mean, that really what caused me to write it is just pain.
Yeah.
I was down bad on these streets.
No, I was too. Especially, in my story personally, and my own experiences with that. And every time I listen to it and Real Eyes, I tell you all the time, Real Eyes, that is my favorite track. And it's like, it gives me what I hear when I hear Lauryn Hill's X Factor or like Beyonce's Resentment. I get those feels, and that's that. Those are two songs that staples for women, and that's what I feel, because I'm like, I felt every single word you said. How we do get up and pretend, because these men act like we make them so fucking miserable the whole time.
Girl.
You getting the woman you helped create. Yeah. Because if I was like this in the beginning, we wouldn't have been
together.
Exactly.
Yeah. Resentment, that was actually one of the last songs that I wrote, and I sat on that beat like for months.
Yeah.
Because I knew when I heard the beat, I was like, no, this is gonna be my quote unquote heartbreak song. Like, this is gonna be the song that I'm really gonna write about my story too. And so when I finally wrote it, it was almost like it just came so... I think I wrote it in like 30 minutes. It just came, like, the words just started coming so quick because it was real. Like, it was really stuff that, like, I don't want to be here, but I guess I gotta be here because you put us here, and, sometimes it just, like, for me, like, we want to get out of stuff, but sometimes we just gotta go through. Yeah. Like... And
stop putting ourselves in those type of situations, because we as women, we place a lot of blame on somebody else who's not us, who does not they don't operate the way that we do. We can't expect them to. So when they do things to us and they show us early and be like, oh, you blow that off, or you ignore the red flags, and then shit blow up in your face, and then you be like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, what I'm gonna do. But
and then you look back and you be like, dang, I should have let him go 2 months
ago or 2 years ago. Like, you should have been gone.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we hold on to that, and then it really damages us as women, and it's really hard to bounce back from that. And that's why I keep coming back to, like, we as women really have to get back to... We just had this conversation about self-love
and self-awareness,
and don't confuse self-maintenance.
Self-maintenance with self-care.
Because it's not the same. Self-care with self-love.
No, it was self-maintenance with self-care. Because we were talking about your hair done, your nails done. That's all things that we do as women, because we want to look good, because, looking good does make you feel good. But, like, are we really internally caring for ourselves? Exactly. Are we really loving ourselves?
Exactly.
Like, or maybe it was self-maintenance with self-love.
That's what I thought. I was like, self-maintenance with self-love. That's what it is. We confuse that because... Yeah, like you said, it makes us feel good, but if we're not doing the work internally, we should all feel good with or without those things. And we shouldn't get those things because, we want to look good for fucking Instagram or
this man.
I'm
trying to
Because
they
to be honest,
they can be like, oh, this is what you had before.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I look like waking up in the morning.
And to be quite honest, you know, with me being a single woman now, the dating pool is like
trash.
Yeah, so it's just like we really are out here looking good for other girls to be like, hey, oh bitch, you look good.
Girl, you look so beautiful. I get that all the time from other girls.
And maybe and maybe women should spend more time, you know, complimenting and loving on each other instead of being little snake ass bitches. But what's your
continue?
What's your favorite song on 515?
That's so tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's
really a no skip. Like it's a no skip EP, and I'm not just talking that because we work together. Because you know I tell you when something ain't it.
Yeah, yes you will. I don't be liking it. I'll be like, girl, I like this, so you gonna like this, and we gonna like this together.
So, and I be telling you, but no, seriously, it is a no skip EP. I can't stop listening to it. I really cannot stop listening to it.
I think my favorite song is probably... Okay, can I choose two? Mm-hmm. I think my favorite is probably going to be Good Vibes.
Yes.
One, because my baby girl is on that with me.
That's my song.
That's my boo-boo. Mm-hmm. And I like Good Vibes because... it's just a reminder. Like, I got good vibes. Like, I'm in vibe. Like, you're going to love it here. Mm-hmm. If you decide to act right.
Exactly. You know? That part. They be wanting everything and give nothing. I don't be understanding.
But I mean also a reminder to just anybody, men and women, to just remember that, you know, your aesthetic is a vibe, but don't let that be the only thing that you work on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, you need to be a good vibe. Inside, outside, all around.
Not just pretending.
Not around these people, not around these people, not switching it up. But like, you need to be a vibe wherever you go. Mm-hmm. Even if you just sitting in your house butt naked drinking a beer.
Exactly. And that's why we get along. Yeah. Because I feel like, you know me. If I feel some weird shit, it's gonna be all over my face, and I can't hide it. And I'm like, I ain't supposed to be here for one reason or another. Somebody might get slapped. I don't know who, but we are always us, no matter what. And that's genuine people and authentic people. Are hard to come by. Yeah,
I think my second one would be Easy though. I mean, that's become like a fan favorite. And that's I mean, I feel like I was really talking my stuff in that song.
Yeah,
like,
you were.
Like, just I'm easy to love, you know, no matter what the world says, you know, about black women, no matter what these men say about us, like, we're easy to love. We're easy to love when they feel like we're aggressive. We're easy to love when they feel like we overdoing it. We're easy to love when they feel whatever they feel about us. You know, the world always tries to make it seem like, you know, we're not these awesome people. Mm-hmm. But black women are amazing.
We are.
Like, amazing.
Especially when safe and protected.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Easy was definitely another one too.
Yeah. So we know 515 was basically the story of your divorce. Mm-hmm. How did you cope with
the divorce?
Learning about the infidelities in the divorce itself?
I was a hot mess. I mean, and just being open and honest and transparent, I mean, I was in the world. Mm-hmm. I was in the world. I was doing exactly what I shouldn't have been doing to prolong my healing. Mm-hmm. Sleeping around, you know, trying to feel something, you know, I just want to feel like I'm loved or somebody likes me, even if it's for a moment. Made a lot of bad financial decisions. I was depressed. I lost weight. I was, it was tough. It was tough. I mean, you know, and you know my story, and you know that it's a whole lot deeper than infidelity. Like, whole lot deeper than just that. That's just like the surface.
I would have been on first 48. I'm trying to stay out there now, shit. For my own shit.
You know, like, I'm like, had I not had the relationship I had, or the foundation, I say, because at the time, I wasn't in a relationship with God at all. I was doing what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, not even realizing that, you know what I'm saying? It was affecting not only me, but my children, my home, you know, just the type of spirits that I was around, and, you know, just I've had people around me that shouldn't have been around me, just all types of stuff. And if it really had not been for that foundation, I probably would have been in a loony bin or on First 48 or
seriously,
gone.
Yeah,
because I struggled with suicidal ideation for a while, and it was I never really said, oh, I want to kill myself, but I would say like I would feel better if I just wasn't here.
Yeah, you know, I went through the same thing. I ended up being hospitalized for the same thing. You helped me through that, like, you know, firsthand. Like, that depression shit is real. Yeah. And that's why I feel like men think, oh, you know, it's just sex. Oh, you did whatever you did, so this is what they don't realize how that affects you as a woman, especially when you've had a relationship and I've given you life. Because that ain't no easy shit. No. Being a mom, first of all, being pregnant and giving birth. Yeah.
And then going through that. And then you know, coming out of it on the other side, and then not even realizing that you're getting ready to be a single mother.
Exactly. And that's so wild, and it's so crazy. Yeah. And then it's just like, they walk around and they do that to you, and it's just like, you down bad, and they out here trying to find a way to blame you somehow. Really
or they just living life.
And that's why we really have to fix ourselves internally, because like I said, you know, I tell you about my therapy sessions and we talk about that, and it's just like, you allow that because people can only treat you
the way,
which, you know,
and I don't care how close they are to
it doesn't matter. Family,
boyfriend, husband, friends,
it doesn't matter. Anybody who don't align, they gotta go. Boundaries, they gotta go. So I know that, well, we all know that you have children. So how did it affect the co-parenting? Because that's a big thing. Yeah. You know, for me, girl.
You know, it's a struggle in the beginning, because when you go through something like that, you know, my son was very young when we split, which we've been separated for almost 3 years now. And my daughter was old enough to know that we weren't together, but not old enough to know what had happened. And so she dealt with it. I mean, I could kind of tell that she was kind of dealing with a few things, you know. And I just kind of, I probably didn't handle it in the best way, because I was still trying to maneuver through my own emotions, and I had no clue how to help her through it. I think that we're all in such a much better space now, but I think it took me, even though I was not the one who caused it, it took me, like you said, becoming more self-aware of who I am as a woman, understanding that, that shoot, if he ain't gonna act right, my kids need somebody that got it together. Yeah. You know? As far as the co-parenting, I think that once we, and I tell you this all the time, like, you really have to learn how to remove the emotion from the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is, I was cheated on in a way that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But the truth is also that as a result of our marriage and us being together, we have 2 beautiful kids. Yes. That's still the truth. Yes. My emotions, I can't stand you. You get on my nerves. I don't want to be around you. Have to be put to the side in the meantime, because I don't even want to think about it anymore. Exactly. I'm like, you know, it is what it is, but had to be put to the side at that time in order for us to get to a place where we could co-parent. So I literally had to remove my emotions from the truth. Yeah. And, you know, it's hard. But it is so hard.
Because ultimately, it affects the children. And, you know, I go through it because my daughter just turned 1. And, you know, my youngest daughter. Aaliyah, oldest daughter, 13. Her dad and I, we were really young. You know, I had her at 18. Him and I, we went through a journey. You know, we're in a really good place now. Yeah. But with my youngest dad, everything that we've gone through is still kind of fresh. Yeah. And people do some low down dirty shit, and it's really hard to like you know me too. Like, I'm good with you when I'm good with you, but once you cross a certain fucking line with me,
we're gonna have to fight.
And I'm working on that, because I want to be at a place where, because you know what I've been through in this situation too, and that's why I said, even with like dealing with other people and stuff like that and everything or whatnot, but ultimately it affects the kids. Yeah, it does. And you can't allow that, because we know what it feels like to come from not the best parental situations and dealing with our issues with our
own parents
and things like that, and we wouldn't wish that on our kids, so we try to be better for our kids, and we have to be better for our kids. So that's true, because girl, you like my therapist number 2.
Yeah,
and you like, I was like, let me call Bri if I slap the shit out of somebody. Let me call Bri before I be locked up.
I think it's important for us too, because we can talk about the men, but we have to talk about mothers too.
Yes.
And especially Black mothers.
Yes.
And when we're hurt, oftentimes we have a tendency to say, we don't want you here, period.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we in the corner crying because we don't have no help.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, I think that we had to kind of get to a place where, he was always a great dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not take that from him. So I don't talk bad about him around my kids, now. Once they go to sleep,
you gonna follow me?
Yeah. I'm like, God, please get on my nerves, girl. But I don't do that because you hurt me and I was your wife, but you were all in the capacity of a father. Like, I can't take that from you. And even if I felt like he wasn't a father who was up to par, quote unquote, who am I to say that you're not up to standard as a father? You know what I'm saying? When my kids are with him, they're fed, they're clothed, they have a warm home to be in, a roof over their head. So it's like, I can't take that from you. I don't want to be that kind of woman. Now, I might still be hurt by what you did to me, but your kids love you.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's the blessing.
What can I do? Yeah, what can I do about that? I can't.
That's the blessing in it. Like I keep saying, because what our situation with our dads. So it's very important, especially having a daughter, to know what it means to have a stable father.
Yeah.
And
that's the part that gets a little tricky right there.
That's a conversation for another day. Because we can both go.
It get a little, but you know what I'm saying? I think that it definitely is. We just both had to literally put all of that to the side for them, because they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask to be here.
Exactly.
They didn't ask to have 2 crazy parents. Me and him to get, just. So I'm like, we need to figure this out, because I don't want them growing up fighting demons that we didn't fight.
That we didn't
heal from, and now they fighting the same demons.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's it. It really is. That's the blessing in it. Like really giving our kids the way to think through this world. That's the thing. Yeah. That mindset, because let me tell you, it don't matter whether you 5 or 52. If you don't fix it, that shit gonna come. You gonna die the same way, and that's not a good thing. I mean, and I pray for him too, because he's father of my kids. Yeah, so I need him to be healthy. I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet. My prayer is that one day we'll be, I ain't gonna say best friends, but we have a little parental handshake or something. We be cool, Take care of what's your responsibility.
I'm always have love for him, because he is the father of my kids, and we have history, but we co-parents.
No, I get it. No, that's always the goal though, because it still doesn't matter. It should be,
and it takes time.
We talk our shit, like I said, it does take time. As long as the kids are good, that's literally what matters. Yeah. So after everything that you have experienced, what would you tell adolescent Bri now?
Ooh, you said that question. I think, what would I tell adolescent Bri? Oh gosh, it's so many things. I think I would tell little Bri. I think I would just tell her that it's okay. Like, it's okay. Because sometimes I feel that I deal with anxiety sometimes. And my anxiety, I'm not, breathing hard or anything. I'm overthinking. My mind is racing. I'm trying to make things happen on my own, that instead of learning how to be patient, that's my anxiety. So I think that I would just tell her that it's okay. And I think that I would tell her that I love her more, because while I didn't have bad parents, but, my mom had me young. My dad, unfortunately, was on drugs for about 27 years of my life, so he wasn't really there. His family did step in, though, and huge help to me. And so, with that, I just feel like they weren't embracers. Like me and my mom, we weren't huggers, you know, like, or kissers, or like, hey mom, like,
affectionate.
Yeah, like it was just, it wasn't like that. And so sometimes I feel like I struggle with that in my relationships, not just intimate relationships, but like platonic friendships. You know what I'm saying? Just with being more affectionate. And sometimes I feel like my affection comes off as like, let me pay for this for you.
Yeah.
I got you. Let me send you this money for this. Let me do this. Let me do that.
Because that's all you know.
Because that's all I know.
Yeah.
And so I think that I would just tell Bri that it's okay, and that like I love you, and I would hug her. I think that I would hug her more.
Yeah.
Like maybe
self-love.
Like every 5 minutes.
Self-love. No, it's
Yeah.
self-validation
Yeah.
because we need that, because, you know, and it's crazy that we didn't get along and our stories relate so much because, you know, I kind of...
Like even back then.
Yeah. No, seriously. So, like, the same, you know, with my parents, didn't really feel the emotional connection. They were just providers, you know. Once again, blessings, grandparents, God's greatest gift to this earth. And who knows what type of parents they were to our parents, because our parents got it from somewhere, to be honest. But still, but to us, you know. But what's next?
Well, just in general or music?
Yeah, what's next? What's next for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier.
Yeah,
Moms Who Ball just came out, which is going to be a community for moms. Just to, like, we just need to come together more. Like, you know, with us kind of going through what we went through over the last couple of years, you know, I'm realizing that there are more women like us than we thought, you know, who just need that extra support, whether it be a babysitter, whether it be just a group of girlfriends with kids, because you know how we do. We get together and we don't even hear the kids.
Exactly.
You know, but you get with your friends who don't have no kids, and they like your kids just so loud, you know? So like just a community for that, but like it's definitely going to be spiritual based, because you know I love the Lord over here. And just kind of mentally strengthening mothers, because you know it's beautiful when we're pregnant and we're going through it, and everybody shows up for the baby showers and the gender reveals, and when you have the baby, everybody is there and they want to see the baby and they texting you and you need anything, but afterwards, like nobody really talks about what we go through afterwards when we and while dealing with life. And I'm not trying to negate or say that people who don't have kids don't deal with life, because they definitely do. But like us, who were, in a sense, I mean, I like to say that we had kids fairly young. I mean, if I could go back and do it, I'd probably wait until I was 32 to have kids, because I feel like I'm finally a little more wiser in certain areas of my life. And so you know, having a child at 23, you know, and like you said, you had Aaliyah at 18, we were still growing up. Like, we were kids. Well, and and I think that we forfeited a lot, you know, deciding to have kids, and I don't regret my children at all. Like they
saved us too.
They saved their dad. They saved their dad.
I feel that.
But I don't regret having my children. But you get wiser, and you know, you realize that, oh dang, like I missed out. I feel like I missed out on a few things in my 20s. Like I knew it was gonna be like that. So, you know, of course it's nothing lost. But you know, it's just gonna be a community just aiding women in any way possible. I plan on having scholarships for moms who want to go back to school.
Oh, that's what's up.
Being able to help moms with daycare, like stuff that we struggle with as mothers. Expensive.
A mortgage.
Yeah. Like, so all of that is in the works. Of course, everything is not like completely together just yet. But the main goal is I just want us to have fun. When I was in school, I played sports and I enjoyed it. It brought me peace. It was nothing I ever wanted to do professionally, but I had so much fun running track and playing basketball in school. And so I just wanted to incorporate that in a way, just for something to do. But there are definitely going to be other events that we're going to do with and without the kids.
Yes.
Because we need that time too. But yeah, I think it's going to be beautiful. I know that, you know, your plans is to open up a daycare soon. So I'm hoping we could eventually merge and kind of do something together. Would be great. But that I have started writing my gospel EP. I don't think it's gonna come out this year because I'm gonna take my time on it. We're getting ready to start working on a visual for one of my songs soon.
Shout out to the King Image.
Yeah. I'm getting back into gigs, and I'm keep taking care of these kids. That's pretty much pretty much what it is. I got some gigs coming up and prepare you.
And just keep on being amazing.
Yeah, trying to.
No, you are.
Yeah.
Not trying. You are. And because, like, for me, I really want to thank you for coming today.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank you for being a great friend. I want to really thank you for reintroducing God into my life. That is a huge thing for me because growing up Jehovah's Witness is not the same.
Yeah.
It really makes you, look at religion
differently. Yeah.
So for you to come and reintroduce God into a way that I feel like I can use, and the way that you give me messages to get me through life, I really appreciate you, and I do love you.
I love you too.
And thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Okay.
I'm trying to.
I love that. Like how I'm like go home for Jesus.
Yes.
Like, so it's like that blesses me, like hearing you say that, because we really are free in Jesus. And sometimes we just like life just gets to us so bad sometimes that we don't even recognize that we really aren't doing this by ourselves.
Exactly.
So and it's what got me through too. Like I couldn't have did it without him.
Yeah.
Something I felt like he had to slap me in my face a couple times.
I know.
On the back of my neck.
Until we get it right. Like, I'm tired of showing your ass. Get your shit together.
Yes. I feel like he slapped me right here a couple times.
Yeah.
But I think that's what it's all about, and I think that's what friendship is about.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like if we're not making each other better, what are we doing?
What are we doing? You're right, girl. So now we about to get into this live performance. So what will you be performing for us today?
I'll be singing Easy.
Loving me is
Yeah.
easy. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to get into it. Here's Bri Shavell with Easy.
Loving me is easy. Loving me is easy. I'm not too hard to love. Don't take much to please me. I'm not too hard to love. Loving me is easy. I'm not too hard to love. Don't take much to please me. I'm not too hard to love. I'm not trying to brag, no. Top tier woman on the track though. Not your average woman, that's a fact, yo. Any man that lose me heart gon' hurt for sure. I'm the type of chick that makes you better, babe. I'll be down to ride no matter what they say. Have you high off this love, make you elevate. Have your mental feeling peaceful, that's on everything. I'm not in the business of proving my worth to anyone. But I'm the type of woman you want. Oh, yeah. Loving me is easy. I'm not too hard to love. Oh, don't take much to please me. I'm not too hard to love. Oh, not too hard to love. Don't take much to please me. Oh, I'm not too hard to love. I make sure you know your purpose. With me, you'll always know that you're worth it. Forget about your past that left you hurting. I'm something like a healer, that's for certain. Once you catch a vibe from my energy, I'm hard to pass. I am not a runner or a track star, I'm made to last. Give you all the feels when I take the wheel, never crash. Mess around and have you catching feelings, bet that made you laugh. Call me any time of day and I'm on the way. Baby, I'm a flex, not the one you wanna play. What the Bible say, he who find a wife, find a good thing. I'm the type of woman that you pray for. I'm not in the business of proving my worth to anyone. But I'm the type of woman you want. Oh, yeah. Loving me is easy. I'm not too hard to love. Oh, don't take much to please me. I'm not too hard to love, hard to love. Loving me is easy. Not too hard to love. Oh, woman that you pray for.